Hello, Josh here. Now today I'm going to be showing you this auto transformer thingy, or Variac E. Um, I think that's actually a trademark, funnily enough. Well, where I got it from, how it works-ish, to be honest I'm not too sure, and a simple demonstration as you can see in front of you. So, without any further ado, let's have a go. Now, I actually had this auto transformer as a consequence of a friend who found it outside his house when he moved in. Now, the main thing you'll see that's missing from this is a case. Now, of course, all this and all that pretty much is going to be at mains voltage, 240 in the United Kingdom. So I'm going to have to make some kind of case for it in the future, but that's another day. Today I'm just going to show you how and that it works pretty much. Right, now, I don't know too much about how these things work, but I'm actually going to try and show you how these work. Now, the diagram, I don't think this is the correct diagram by any means of how an auto transformer works, is you've got the input, well, in this case, let's just call it neutral, on pin 1, the wiper, or this bit, the moving arm, which has a piece of, it's usually graphite, same stuff that we use in pencils, wiping across the different parts of the transformer itself. So you've got one wire to the wiper, which is pin 3 in this case, right there, and then pin 5, which would go pretty much to live neutral. In this case, if you want to vary a load, you would have the load across pin 3 and pin 1 even. I actually don't know much about how these work. The only difference I know with these in comparison to normal transformers is there's no secondary and primary, because on a standard transformer you would have something like this. Let's say that would be input and output, more wires on the outside, less on the input, more on the output. That would be a step up, and vice versa. So I think it's something to do with the way that the AC acts against the single ferrite opponent. I'd be lying if I said I knew. The interesting thing about these, though, is they have an overdrive. I don't even know what to call it. There's pin 4, which actually does... Oh, let me get that in shot. That does actually show you it's connected slightly forward to pin 5, about here-ish, approximately. So you can have slightly over that wiper, and that actually gives you above mains voltage. I'll show you that in the demonstration we do in a couple of seconds here, but that should be quite interesting to play with. As I say, I don't know how high it goes, but that's only, well, it does visually say that it's only an extra third, an extra fourth-ish of the original voltage. So we'll see how that goes. One thing I forgot to show you, in absence of a case, of course, the auto transformer won't have a nice dial that they usually have on top to control it safely and isolated from the mains and all that good stuff. So I've had to bodge it quite a bit for this demonstration. The main part of the bodge is this little 3D printed part. So the inner diameter, well, the diameter at the point is actually much smaller than the diameter inside the transformer, over there somewhere. Sorry, not the camera. And the secondary part is this aluminium rod that I've just, well, screwed inside pretty much, so I can lever it safely from a distance without having to touch the sparky death bits. So here's the setup. I'm going to explain it, and knocking my bench. Explain it part by part. So what we've got is the power coming in from the black lead to pin 1 on the Variac, as well as pin 4. Pin 4, not pin 5, so it allows that little bit of overdrive functionality I mentioned earlier in the video. And then the actual load, in this case, my tower fan, and a multimeter through this nice gang socket to pin 1 and 3, which is, of course, the wiper. So, let's give this a go. Plugging in Variac, turning it on. No one's died. Good start. Going to turn on my multimeter, wake it up, just to check that we've got a voltage. Now, as you can see, I'm not going to touch it, don't panic, is the wiper's fairly low down, so you can see the voltage compensate. Go all the way up to 240, which is the UK mains voltage, and then I've got that little bit extra where I can swipe it across to 270 above mains. So let's turn my load on, which in this case is a tower fan. I'm going to turn that all the way down. And then, because it's blowing straight at you guys, the microphone, you'll probably hear this quite well. Even maybe see the fan through the grates. So that's starting to spin at about 60 volts. 100 volts. 160. 180. 200. 240, so that's mains voltage there. And we've got that little bit extra just to give a little bit more of a kick. 272. I'd like a little bit more overdrive on this, to be honest, because it'd be quite interesting to see what I could do. Safely turn that down, turn the variac off, isolate those sockets. That's a demonstration. So, to wrap this up, I'd like to say, first off, if you don't know what you're doing with this stuff, don't do anything with it. I'm in no ways qualified, this is not the safe setup, so don't try anything I've just done at home unless you're qualified to do so. Second of which, and I'd like to note, I'd like to thank, check that's unplugged, Nick, I'm not going to say his second name, for giving me the transformer, variac auto transformer, whatever you want to call it, and if you've enjoyed the video, please do give a like and subscribe and all that stuff. I'm actually going to be quite active on this channel from now on, as I am in between jobs, so I've got a lot more time to play around in my workshop, as you can see behind you, everything. So, hopefully this will start to become quite interesting. If you'd like to say anything, give feedback, etc., the comments are down below. I don't even know why anyone says that on YouTube. It makes no sense to me because, well, we know where it is, don't we? So, Josh signing out. Bye.